All right, y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Michael Israel, Spiritual Combat here. And if you haven't heard, I'm sure this is pretty new. So yeah, this a lot of this came out um, maybe yesterday. It was a shooting that happened of a woman. We have the video. I'm gonna play the video here in a second. In fact, start getting it ready to play. There was a shooting that happened of a black woman by police, and we're gonna watch it. It is very, it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Um, the police officer told the woman to turn her stove off. She had water boiling, and he told her to turn the stove off. She went to turn the water off and take the pot off the stove, and the police officer just shot her in the head too. Um, the video isn't too graphic, so we're gonna play it. But what I'm telling you is there is a lot to learn here biblically. Okay, a lot of practical knowledge. Anybody who's followed my channel, a lot of y'all already know some of the stuff I'm going to say. And I'm going to just give people also a reality check of, you know, how things are and everything like that. If y'all can, let me know how my audio is, and we're going to play this video, okay? So let's do a quick audio check. I'm going to get this video queued up. And let's see, share. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I almost got, there we go. And let me check the audio on it. Audio looks good on it. Okay. So we're going to play this video. Audio is, the audio check is good. Everybody's saying my audio is good. So yeah, we're gonna play this video, this police shooting. This thing is it's gonna get big. People gonna be very upset about this one. And one of the things we're gonna play this video. Let me get it up here, and then after the video, let me get my banner off the screen so y'all can see the whole video. So let me remove my background. Okay. So y'all can see the whole thing. And let me know if y'all can hear the audio. I need to put in my headphones so it doesn't pick the audio up. So let me paint the context of what happened. Okay. This woman called the cops because there was somebody was outside her home tampering with the car. I think there's a broken window on the car. Okay. So she called the police, and they went, investigated, looked at the car, and then I guess they saw somebody had been out there tampering with it, and then they came in. She let them come in the house, and they wanted to see her ID, this, that, the other, whatever. Okay, so that's where they're at now. So that's where the situation's at. All right, so we're gonna play it now. So check it out.
You have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need just driver's license will do, and then I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID real quick.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then...
One task at a time here.
Okay, let me...
Here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
You can send that stack right there, maybe?
Okay. 1 second.
Check on her.
Let me do this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Alright. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
I rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking pot!
The fucking
Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot!
19 shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot! Bring EMS now. We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078. Fuck.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kit.
Now your headshot, bitch. She's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. God damn it.
God, fuck.
So that's the video. Y'all let me know if y'all could hear the audio on that. All right, hold on one sec. Yeah, y'all let me know if y'all could hear the audio on that video. But there's a lot. Yes, audio was good. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to learn. A lot to learn there, and we're gonna unpack this thing all the way, and we're gonna come. We're gonna, of course, get all the meat off the bone on this thing with Bible scripture. Okay. Let me see the first scripture I want to hit. Okay. We're going to start with Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, verse 13. Okay. And if y'all have questions, definitely you can put your questions in there. We'll probably watch the video again or whatever. And the video is actually a lot longer, because they're actually outside. But there's a lot that needs to be brought out here. Okay. So Ecclesiasticus, this is out of the Apocrypha Sirach. It says, "Keep thee far from the man that have power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city." Okay, and I know while I'm reading that, a lot of y'all might be like, well, I didn't see what she did. She didn't do anything, this, that, and the other. And real talk, I mean, she didn't, let's say she did have intent to throw water on him or whatever. I mean, damn, a headshot? Like, you gonna murder her? You know what I'm saying? And what I was told, I read about this earlier. He was like, well, she ain't, he said something like, you ain't gonna burn my face or something like that. So let's see another one. Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. "Agree with thine adversary quickly whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Okay? Or killed. You see what I'm saying? And you know, I'm gonna unpack this. I'm gonna explain this to you practically. With a, a lot of us, sometimes we get uh, complacent in this captivity, and we forget that we're in captivity. You know what I'm saying? We get complacent because everything's telling us, oh, you're equal. It's all happy. It's good and love and all this stuff like that. And but the word is telling us we are in captivity. Okay, and but we forget it. Some people I think are in denial that they're in captivity. Of course, a lot of our brothers, a lot of our people, I would say, a lot of our people simply, it says we perish for a lack of knowledge. We're not aware that we're in captivity. And that's why we perish. So on a practical level, because I know a lot of y'all are going to be like, well, what did she do? You know, when you deal with these police, we see these senseless shootings all the time. And the thing is, you got to avoid being around these police. Somebody breaks into your car or whatever. I had somebody break into my car. I did not invite him in the house. I was when I'm around, because you got to be turned on when you're around these police. The history of the police forces is that was literally the military arm of our captivity. Once we were released from, once they so-called freed us from slavery, their enforcement arm of this captivity we in has been the police. That is the hand of the oppressor. How they oppress us. I always bring up that FBI report that they put out back in 2004, 2005, where they said these white supremacist groups, KKK, all these groups like that, how they were flooding into law enforcement and into the legal system. So they're trying to become lawyers, judges, prosecutors, police officers, you name it. They're flooding in there because they know it is the most efficient, effective way to continue to oppress the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And why? And then let's go into this. Why are we being oppressed? Why are we in captivity? For our stubbornness, because of our lack of willingness to be obedient to what the Most High has told us. So He handed us over to be oppressed. You know what I'm saying? My saying, when you encounter law enforcement or this legal system, comply or die. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I kind of subtly noticed in there, and don't get it twisted, y'all, because don't think I'm sitting here being one-sided. Look, them dudes is wicked as shit. That dude who shot it, like, there's something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what the heck? Somebody tried to throw water at me, I could duck. before I go shoot somebody. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, don't get it twisted. But when you're around this legal system where they have given these people power to kill you, okay? Um, Let me go back to that Bible verse. It says, agree with your adversary whilst thou art in the way with him, and it tells you to keep thee far from him. And reading that verse from Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 13, it says, keep thee far from the man that have the power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of I read that wrong. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault. Y'all, this is book. We reading book on this thing. When it says make no fault, be compliant in every way, shape, form possible. Why? Because, man, look, I'm not saying all police officers are bad. I'm not saying that. But there are some that are evil. And they not, look, if they will shoot your black ass in a second, if they even think, they ain't even gonna let you even harm them. Think about if this person is part of some racist group, and again, our people are so oblivious because they fail for lack of knowledge that, look, these people, these other nations, if they're not in this truth, they think of you less than an animal. He ain't even gonna let you harm a head of his hair. Like, that's some of these people's mindset. Some of our people, they just don't live in reality. They fully gassed up off what they see on mainstream media, and they think it's all good and it's all gravy. Well, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all a map here in a little bit that's gonna blow your mind. And it's gonna be a reality check of what's really going on, where you live at. Because people got it twisted. Okay? But I tell people, when you're around the law enforcement, these people with the power to kill, comply or die. Be compliant. Be obedient to everything they say. Minimize the amount of time you're talking and dealing with these people. Like when I get pulled over, cause I got pulled over. I've had a lot of run-ins with police cause I used to race and just all that stuff, and get pulled over for speeding, all this stuff. But I was wise enough to know that, because you heard that cop there, he's sitting there laughing. And she's like, oh, why are you back out the kitchen? Because you ain't throwing that hot water on me. And then next thing you know, dude got his gun out, ready to go. It said, it doesn't it say, he bear not, what does it say? There's another verse here that says, like, he bears not the gun or bears not something in vain. Because I have more verses I'm going to read here, so I'll probably run over it. Okay. Well, when we read through the scriptures, we'll find it. But he bears not that sword in vain. These people have showed time and time again they not playing. This nation that we are in captivity to has shown that they have no problem sending you into eternity. Any other nation that comes against them, you see, they the only nation that's dropped nuclear weapons. You see in this video, they are standing firm on who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game. You know if you black in America, you know your painful black history is not a game. Okay? Listen. Somebody said Philando Castile was compliant. He was not compliant. And that's what I'm going to tell you. You need to obey instructions. You need to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. The word says, behold, he sends you out in the midst of wolves. You know what I'm saying? So somebody might ask, what happened to Philando Castile? Philando Castile is a person who was shot in his car. I think he was shot in his arm and stuff like that. And because he told the officer he had a weapon on him, but where he messed up is he went to try to get his ID out, and the cop shot him because he thought, in the cop's mind, again, our people perish for lack of knowledge. These people know that that you are their enemy. They have made an enemy of you in their mind. You don't know that they're your enemy. A lot of our people, I'm not talking about the brother who asked that question, but a lot of our people don't realize, that they're in captivity and that they perish for lack of knowledge. So what happened, Philando Castile, you're not supposed to, like, if the cop, what I do when the cops pull me over, while I'm still slowing down, I'm going in my glove compartment, getting out my all my paperwork. Okay, so I pop the glove compartment open. I leave it open. I get my paperwork out, put it in my lap, put the windows down, turn the lights on in the car if it's at night, and pull over to the side of the road. And when they pull up on a car, I'm sitting there just like this with my hands where they can see them. And then he said, can you hand me that paperwork? Nice and slowly, hand them the paperwork. Boom. Can you get blah, blah? I'm not, after that, I ain't opening nothing. I ain't getting nothing out of nothing. I'm going to keep my hands right where he could see them so he could be at peace. Okay? Because people don't, these dudes is wired up, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And in their minds, they're looking for anything you could do for them, to them. Now, in your mind, I mean no harm. I'm a harmless, innocent person. But if you move the wrong way, you're done. And after all these police shootings, man, our people need to be wise. They got these stupid videos out here. These videos get people killed. These dumb people want to go out here. The cop be like, get out the car. I don't have to do what you say. You have to say please or mother may I. And playing all these stupid word games with the police. And what happens, they'll put, to make it worse, they'll put out the videos where the police they'll put out these videos where these people will be like, hey, you don't need to check my ID, you don't have to check it, this, that, and other, and they're going back and forth, and they win. Bro, those are the good cops. Those are the good, peaceful cops. But remember what I said back in the day. The FBI put out a report talking about how all these white supremacists, all that, are flooding in there. You try that with one of them. You try playing them legal verbal judo games with them. They will shoot your ass. It could easily wind up there. And the word tells you in that verse I read, keep thee far from the man that have power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault. Be in agreement. Be compliant. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go back and forth and give these folks any reason. You know what I'm saying? Pastor just put a perfect statement in there, and I'm gonna be getting to that too, because you got a lot of people, they want to sit there. Oh, y'all got weapons. Why y'all got weapons? Look, the word tells us to come out from among them and be separate. Don't just be out there making YouTube videos. Come out from among these people. We don't need no police. We don't need no law enforcement. We only need them to come clean up whatever mess is there. Somebody out there messing around with my car or something, we can handle that. We ain't gonna call them. We call them, hey, somebody's breaking in my car and they tried to attack me, and I just need y'all to come out here and clean up the mess. We got to come out from among. We got to remove ourselves from relying on them, on these other nations, for our food, for our shelter, for our protection. This is part of the curses. But again, you got a lot of our people are so stubborn, stiff-necked, stiff-hearted, and rebellious. It's like, man, like I was talking to Pastor today about our people, how you can't get, the only thing you get our people to come together and do together, the only thing you could get the majority of them to do is come together to argue, to come together for disagreement. The only thing we do together is tear shit up. But to be able to come together and build and have something separate where we can work together and do something off on our own, again, the curses are in full effect in our people's minds. You see what I'm saying? So we have to get knowledge. We got to get understanding. We got to figure out, we have to learn, what are we doing wrong? You see what I'm saying? So looking at this video here of this woman who got shot, her mindset, she doesn't realize, like, when I'm around a police officer, I realize I am in a dangerous situation with somebody who is not of my nation, who has been trained to kill me for the least reason. That's their training. You know what I'm saying? And then let me tell y'all something that's so heavy, and you gotta watch. They do this every single time there is a shooting. What do they always charge the police officer with? Murder one. I think it's called murder one. Somebody correct me. So, and they purposely charge them with, first degree, I think it's called first degree murder. They purposely charge them with that because they know it's not going to stand up in court. First degree murder means that dude put on his uniform and was like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to kill this woman. And that's my intent. And he planned it out. And that's what he was going to do. And that's what they charged him with. And they know that it's impossible to be proven in court. They're not going to be able to prove that. Because, granted, he's a loose cannon. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they call him when Moses shoot real fast and all that. Okay, granted, he's a loose cannon, but he made a mistake. So maybe they get murder 3 on him or something, 3rd degree murder or 2nd degree, I don't know. But they're not going to get a murder 1 and it's going to get dropped. And he going to walk free. And it's all on purpose. And then who they get in there? Ben Crump. Here he come. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That lawyer you see every single time some black person gets shot, you see his ass. And then you always see whoever shot him getting off. He's on the Mike Brown. He was on the Philando Castile. He's on this one now. You know what I'm saying? So, look. Let's read this verse again. And then I'm gonna show y'all something heavy so y'all know what's going on where y'all at. Okay? So Rock Ecclesiasticus 9:13. We're gonna hit it again. Keep thee far from the man that have power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come upon him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember, okay, this is what y'all need to remember so you don't perish for lack of knowledge. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. Okay? So let me show y'all something, man, that a lot of, like, folks be, like, why you need to obey what the word says, okay? This is why you need to obey what the word says, okay? I'm going to play this video first. Check this out. It's a 2-minute video. Let me share this. All right, check this out. Listen to this sister here. Listen to her, okay? Okay, let me take down my banner. Okay. Now listen to this.
I've been with FedEx for 6 years now. And it just shocks me that in 2024, I'm still being told that there are certain towns that I can't deliver in. And when I ask why, they say they're sorry that people are the way they are, but I can't deliver there. And it's crazy because when I first started at FedEx in 2018, and my supervisor there, I was in Springfield, Illinois, and she told me, like, you can't go there. And I was like, huh? She's like, you can't go there. And I ain't too much think of it. And so I was delivering one day in a different town, and I had a late pickup. So I had a few hours to spare. So I'm like, I'll just drive over to the next town. It's like 12 minutes away. Like, I'll just go to the Walmart. You can always kill time at Walmart. I drive over to the Walmart. I walk in, and the looks I got made me immediately turn around, go back to my truck, and drive, the little 12, 13 minutes back to the town that I was in. And I parked in an abandoned parking spot, and I just sat in that abandoned parking spot for like 2.5 hours. And yeah, she's like, I'm sorry, but that's just the way they are. And then when I went to Wisconsin, I was cool. I always delivered to the rural areas, but then I had a guy, talk to me crazy, like, just real crazy. Anywho, and now I'm here, and it's a route that I can't do because I'm black. And it's not because I can't do the route, it's because of how the people in that town act, or how drivers have been treated in that town, the same color as me. So now they just stick to putting people in that town that look like those people. And that's so crazy because it's 2024. It's so crazy. But yeah, it's crazy.
So what she's talking about is these towns are sundown towns, okay? And I'm gonna read y'all the definition. It says sundown towns were deliberately made to be overwhelmingly white communities for decades. What does it say? Sociologist James E. argues that the 1954. Okay, let me read here. There's a better definition. Sundown towns are communities in the United States that exclude non-white people, especially African Americans, from remaining in town after sunset. This exclusion could be enforced by law, custom, or violence, and sometimes by local sentiment. The term comes from the fact that some communities posted signs at their borders warning people of color not to be in town after dark. Now check this out, y'all. Trip off this. Look at this. Let me find it. All right. This is a map of today. Okay. I'm going to put it up there. This is a map of sundown towns in the United States. Okay. Now look at this. All right. You see this? You see there's a bunch over here. It's kind of covered by that legend. But look at where the concentration of them are at. I'm going to make this bigger so y'all can see this. Okay? You see where they're concentrated at? Where the biggest concentration of them are? The biggest concentration is right in this area. Look at that. I mean, it's almost all red. And see, you zoom in. I was looking at the area I live in, and there's in Lafayette, Tennessee, is considered a sundown town, a probable sundown town. Okay? So a lot of people, if you lack knowledge and you're ignorant, you're not going to be aware that. And look at out west. Look at this. Look, hey, you know me. I was in the Air Force. Look, this is where all the missile ranges is at. When I say missile ranges, the nuclear silos where they launch missiles and all that is out here. That's Cheyenne Mountain right there. Okay? And you see? So not a whole bunch in Georgia. Okay? But I want y'all to see that. This is let me see. See? Lafayette, Tennessee. It says has been a sundown town probable. Okay? What's this? And Grenoble, Monterey, Cookville, Baxter. So bunch of areas in Tennessee, but all in all, Tennessee is pretty, it's pretty straight up. But the disturbing area is just this area right here, like in Indiana and Illinois and all that, and northern Kentucky and all that. That kind of shocked me. St. Louis area, all that area there. That was kind of, when I saw that, I was like, wow. And then the other thing that shocked me is like Jersey, New York, Jersey area, but yeah, And these are places where, now the dark red one that means it's definitely a sundown town. So if you're driving through like this area here, you see these are no joke sundown towns enforced by law enforcement. And guess what? If you go there, if you go to one of those areas and you try to inquire, oh, is this a sundown town? With the police can be like, no, we have no laws on the book that say that, But you let them catch your black ass out there at night, and you'll see their ideology. You see what I'm saying? So that's real talk. Let me see. My father and uncle were chased out of one in the 70s called Four Town, PA. You see what I'm saying? The crazy sunset towns still exist, can't be color or minority in certain counties. Yep. And it's just, look, it's just all this is biblical. People want to try to make stuff out. Y'all, you are in the land of your oppressor. You are in captivity. Okay. Look at where a lot of them are at. This is Chicago. Okay. But what's crazy when you zoom out on this map, look at this. When you zoom out on this map, it's just crazy. This cluster that's right here in this area. That is crazy. And what is that telling you? There's a lot of racism there. Don't get caught up with legal stuff there. There's a lot of racism there, But, it's widespread throughout this country. So let's continue reading through. If y'all got any questions, if there's anything I didn't hit, come in here and let me know, please. We're going to read through a bunch of these scriptures, and this is my little scripture breakdown sheet. Anytime it comes to anything with law enforcement, with authority, or with like bosses or anything like that, I refer to this sheet, okay? Because the Most High is telling you in His Word how to handle these situations with wisdom, okay? So 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 12, having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may, by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify God in the day of visitation. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as supreme, or unto governors as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers and for the praise of them that do well. Okay, so that's 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. Okay, the next one, keep thee far. I already read that one. That's Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 9:13. I'll read it again real quick. Keep thee far from the man that have power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. So remember, you going out, there's trickery, there's traps, they're laughing. You saw in the video, the guy was laughing with that lady, and a second later they're killing her. Okay? When a man Proverbs 16:7. So this is what you get when you're obedient to what the Most High Yah is saying. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Okay? We're going to read Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 8:14. Go not to law with a judge, for they will judge for him according to his honor. So it's saying when you're trying to go to war, go to battle against somebody in authority in his kingdom, they're going to go according to his favor. You know, and we've seen that how many times? How many of these police officers we seen get off, you know, and not get in trouble for blatant murder? Like that Philando Castile, man. That was a pivotal moment for me in my Hebraic walk and all that, because at that point I got so angry at these other nations, man, at this other nation, at the oppression we were under. You know, I stopped talking to Caucasians. I got to be careful what I say, because you say the same word too many times, they'll flag the video. But at that point, I stopped talking to Caucasians, and hate was beginning to come up in me, and I could feel it. And then I'm listening to some of these camps, the way they talk, and it was fueling it. And then one day I stopped, and I was like, this don't feel right, you know? And I asked the Most High, I was like, what is it? Like, because me being mad at these people, it's not going to do nothing. It's tearing me up. And then the Most High showed me through reading the word that it really is that this nation that oppresses us is merely the belt the Most High is using to whip us with. And that we're in this situation because we are a stubborn, stiff-necked, stiff-hearted nation of people. And that's why we're in this situation. And literally, if we come out of being so stubborn, stiff-necked, stiff-hearted, it's even in a practical way. If we come out of being that way, we could come together as a nation and have all things in common. And when we do that, that's going to be the time that the Most High returns and delivers us from this captivity that we're in. But it even said, because I read the scripture earlier, I'm going to read it again. It said, when a man's ways please Yah, he make even his enemies to be at peace with them. So that's motivation to be obedient to what's in this book. You see what I'm saying? It says, so Ecclesiasticus 8:15, travel not by the way with a bold fellow, lest he become grievous unto thee, for he will do according to his own will, and thou shalt perish with him through his folly. So don't travel. Literally, it's breaking it down. It's telling you to not travel with somebody who lacks wisdom and understanding, who is going to argue with these cops and go back and forth with them and not be wise. He going to get both of y'all killed. Because you know the way these police officers are. They light everybody's ass up in that car. Okay? And get off. Strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands. That's Sirach chapter 8, verse 1. These people have power. The police officer, this nation, America, you are not going to stand up to their to them federally or locally or nothing. They're not operating under curses. If you look at how the police function, they're actually more in compliance with what the word says than most of us are. That's why they're a force to be reckoned with. That's why you ain't gonna stand up to them. And the word doesn't. The word tells you don't stand up to them. The word tells you to comply with what they're saying. So that's Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 8, verse 1. Strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands. We read Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. So these dudes is wolves, dude. And look, I'll say it again. I was in the Air Force, bro. They weapons are so smart. Like they'll drop a smart bomb from a plane. That shit'll fall down there, knock on your door, wait for you to open the door, and then blow up. Type shit. Like that's how. Like these dudes got killing down to a science, to a mathematic equation. I've seen it. And it's going to take returning to show them who's who and what's what. Who really know how to kill, you know? But we are sent out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So it says, be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You got to learn how to navigate around. Like I said, when you're around law enforcement, be wise. Use wisdom. You know? Show yourself to be, harmless or whatever. You know? 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 18. And something else I thought of, and praise Yah. Praise the Father. I remember, because I think of when I went to the Great Awakening Hebrew Gathering. Me and Koya, Sister Koya, drove from, and I'm looking at this map, but we drove from Detroit to one of them cities out there, man. We drove from Detroit to Columbus, Ohio. So, and we went through some of those sundown towns. I'm looking at one right now on the map. And I thank the Father for just getting us through there. When I drive places, I try to drive during the day, not at night. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things where you just got to move with wisdom and recognize and acknowledge that you are in captivity. You are in captivity. Like, we still in this thing. Now, it's very evident that is winding up. It's coming to an end. All you got to do is look at the election. Look at what's going on with China. Look at what's going on globally with the economies of these big nations. Look at the American economy. Look at the Chinese economy. Look at what Russia's doing. Like, you can see that the end is drawing nigh, but we're not there yet. Okay? We're not there yet. Okay. All right, let me go. I'm trying to, get back to the scriptures. Servants be. Okay, so this is 1 Peter 2:18. Y'all know I've read this before. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward, so to the evil or the difficult. For this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience towards God endure grief, suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if when you're buffeted for your faults, you shall take it patiently? Like, and what he's saying is if you did something wrong and you're corrected for it, that's easy to take that patiently and to receive that. But what's difficult is this. So, but if when you do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, that is acceptable with God. For even hereunto were you called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. Okay? So, again, that's book. Here's another one. Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing Yah. So you're okay. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as unto the Lord, and not unto men. Okay. Honor all men. So this is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 17. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, for God, fear God, honor the king. Okay, let me read that again because I bug that. 1 Peter chapter 2, 17. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king. So it's telling you to honor the king, honor all men. So honor these other nations, show them honor. That don't mean you love them. You know what I'm saying? And it's telling you to fear Yah. That's be obedient to what the word says. Okay. Matthew 10:16. We read that one already. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, harmless as doves. And then Romans 12:17, recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. Okay. So again, I'm going to tell you what this is and what this is not saying. It's not saying, because somebody said, excuse me, why does Pastor have guns that behind him in his video? That ain't got nothing to do. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I mean, Christ promoted weapons and protecting yourself. Okay? So, and let me see if I can find something here. Yeah. Christ promoted protecting yourself. Okay? He promoted that. And again, our people perish for lack of knowledge. I'm not saying don't protect yourself, because again, a lot of people might be getting that. Might try to pull that out. If a situation comes where, hey, look, now I did everything you said here, but now these dudes still off. Okay. If I done did everything I need to do, and these dudes is still off, they still not doing, they still coming crazy. Hey, protect yourself. That's the whole purpose. Defend yourself. You have the right to live. Okay. I'll show you. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Let me pull this. See if I can get this pulled up real quick. All right, where? Oh, there we go. All right, let me pull. See if I can find this. There it is. Okay. But it was a post I made a couple years ago, And man, that thing went super viral. But I had a picture of me holding a shotgun, and my wife and my daughters holding AR-15s, and it said you could keep your police protection. Okay, that's what it said on it. Why? Because we will protect ourselves. We will defend ourselves from any criminal or anybody trying to attack us. Why? Because what you find, a lot of people, man, they call the cops for help. Like there was one where the lady had a son who had a mental disability, and she called the cops because he wasn't behaving or whatever. And the cops came there, and he had an ice pick in his hands. And instead of the cops just backing up a little bit, they're like, drop the ice pick, drop the ice pick, bah, 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 killed him. So it's like, you could have called, if you were obedient to the word and you gathered yourselves together as a nation not desired, and you didn't forsake the assembly, you were assembled together, and you had brothers, you could have called the brothers. We would have came over there, knocked him upside the head with a bat, put some pop knots on his head. He might have had a concussion, and he might have been even more mentally incapacitated, but hey, he would have been alive. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes came and smoked them. And that video, let me see if I can find it. That, let's see. I could probably find it. And that's just one of many. You know, that video was just one of many. Please shoot. Pick. All right, let me see if I can find that. Nah, it's not here. I don't think I'm gonna find that on this show, but if you search around, you'll definitely find it. But you know, we have to. When a man's ways please Yah, he will make your enemies to be at peace with you. When you're obedient to what the word says concerning these types of situations, your enemies will be at peace with you. Obey the word, you know, and be aware of what time it is, what you're in. You know what I'm saying? We are still very much in captivity, you know, and you know, use wisdom, move wisely, move according to this word. But anyway, with that said, just want to come in here and talk about that. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. If y'all didn't see the video, the Sonya Massey shooting, if you came in here later, I played it at the beginning of this show. So anyway, with that said, appreciate all y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel. Shalom, shalom.